Hello everyone. Today is Friday, June 28th, 2024 at 9:01 a.m. in the morning. Excuse me. Last night I didn't get hold up. Sorry. Last night another night I didn't get to sleep that well. So I'm in pain this morning. I'm sorry for TMI, but I'm glad that my menstrual cramps aren't like unbearable this time, despite me not having my supplements. But I'm glad that they're not unbearable. So, but right now I'm cramping like mildly. I didn't get to sleep that great again last night. And excuse me, sometime after 6 or 7 o'clock I kept on waking up, but I think I didn't get to fall asleep until sometime. Like I went to bed at I think 1:45 last night. I went to bed, but it took me a long while to get to fall asleep. So it took me a long while to get to fall asleep. And then I woke up this morning, and my hips hurt, and now my back kind of hurts. My lower back hurts a little bit. So I went down to breakfast this morning. I'm glad nobody was in the dining room, but I just quickly grabbed what I needed to grab and then hurry up and went back up here and ate. Well, I drank like since I couldn't carry them with me, I drank the milk and apple juice while I was downstairs, and then I hurried up and came up here and I came up here and ate my I had a chocolate muffin this morning, and I came up here and ate the muffin, eggs, and sausage, and drank me a little more water. Well, yesterday morning I didn't have any water at all, just the milk and juice. But this morning I made it a point to make sure I have some water. So I don't even know if I would be hungry in like 2 or 2.5 more hours. If I'll be hungry to eat those fries from Wingstop. I would hate to throw them away or let them go to waste. But excuse me, due to me having to leave out of here, I I might not get to eat them. So my anxiety was extremely high last night, and I said I wasn't gonna watch, but they have so many people who lie and say that they're not part of gang stalking, and a lot of the times they pretend like they're clueless about it, and they pretend like they're outsiders looking in. But, on a spiritual level and on a biblical level, Jesus Christ said you will know them by their fruits. Excuse me, but it seems like even ignorant people who act like as if they're clueless about it, a lot of the times you think that they're giving themselves away as a perp, when the first thing they would do is say, seek help immediately, because that's exactly what the actual perps tell us. seek help immediately for your paranoia and delusions. Or you think everybody is out to get you. And then they're like, if they might be clueless about gang stalking, but talk like they're curious. But then when you show them facts and show them proof, they turn their heads and act like they're not interested. But they keep questioning, act like as if they're questioning the victim that's suffering it. Excuse me. And I don't know what fake ass was the ringleader that started telling everybody, ignore and don't react. And that's what they want. Or don't give the perps what they want. But then they will tell you that, fake TI perps and regular perps and people who are closed-minded and stubborn and don't want to see the truth, they will lie and say that you can't produce any evidence. But, excuse me, when you have to not ignore them in order to put them on film and get the evidence, and you give them the evidence, and people that's supposedly TIs that know better, or supposed to know better, and they know damn well the same tactics are happening to them too, if you're a real targeted individual. And you see me pointing out the tactics daily on my perp walks. And then you will still get mad and cut off all contact with me and say that I don't have any evidence of my gang stalking. But I'm like, well, how come when you point out one headlight, it's proof that you're targeted, but when I point out the same one headlight in my videos, that's not enough proof? And I'm tired of favoritism and competition. And like certain people say, some people in the TI community act like they think they're better than others. And a whole bunch of narcissism and narcissistic abuse. And then you hurt a fellow TI thinking that you're getting ahead somewhere. In which that means that you're perping me to lessen your abuse with your targeting, and then get defensive and mad when I call you a fake TI perp, but you just gaslit me and lied and said that I didn't have any evidence. When I have proof of blatant and in-your-face evidence. And then people in the so-called TI community that's playing both sides, and they tell other fellow TIs to stay away from the mental institution and then talk about the New World Order aspect. But then because they don't like me, they will tell me, seek help and you need medication. Or you're crazy. You're schizo. Excuse me. And they got so many covert devil worshippers in the TI community that use the same satanic symbolism and hand signs and everything as the actual gang stalkers. So the fake Darnell Williams perp came and harassed me almost right at midnight last night. And as I said, he plays the role of Joseph Camus or Marshall Camus. And then he will sneakily go to Aggressive Defiance TV channel and start speaking bad about my twin sister. And then he will, pose as Darnell Williams. Oh, they're making my eye itch. He will pose as Darnell Williams and then be fake friendly with my twin sister. But he was in my twin sister's live stream talking a whole bunch of stuff that was sexually perverted and nonsensical. you know, excuse me. And recently, I think it was somebody in Aggressive Defiance TV live stream posing with a fake name, a fake profile that says Alex Dupree. But it wasn't Alex, it was probably the fake Darnell Williams perp. So, the local police, like when I was in Pensacola or here in New Orleans metro area, the local police even be like gang stalking my social media accounts and stuff. Or if they got police stalking my fucking social media. Or working with the in-person perps to stalk my social media. And then I end up dealing with more online perps. Or the online perps working with the local police. And then causing more harassment with the in-person perps. Excuse me. So, well, I didn't even check today to see if it's actually raining right now, but in the middle of the night, I got a whole bunch of rain and lightning strike alerts and everything in the middle of the night. So if I got those alerts on my phone, then it definitely rained last night. Or it would say like rain starting in 1 hour and 26 minutes or something like that, you know. So the rain is supposed, last I checked, the rain is supposed to stop at 6 o'clock this evening. But I forgot to update and check the weather right before recording this video. But then again, I think wait, today is Friday, right? Yeah, and tomorrow tomorrow is supposed to have a little bit of rain and probably some warm weather. And I'm not sure about Sunday, but Sunday in the middle of the night is supposed to rain, so I might need to ask for help with a hotel room again for Sunday, maybe, and maybe for Monday and Tuesday. But then Wednesday, I get the Social Security check, supposed to, but no SSI check. Because of me working earlier this year. That's the reason why. But I don't even know. The way they talk like as if they totally cut off the SSI checks. But it's only $24 with the SSI check. Excuse me. So, last night I noticed that the fake Darnell Williams perp was, my twin sister allowed that sick motherfucker to be a moderator in her YouTube live stream chats. And then he was promoting her Cash App for her and Tierra. But how many entire TikTok accounts he wrongfully wiped out and falsely reported me for spam and scam? Excuse me. But he's sitting there promoting and putting out him and multiple fake moderators. And now on this channel this channel that my twin sister has now, her fake cult followers and followers, cult followers and subscribers are excuse me, growing rapidly. It's like they're growing so fast, but they're growing so fast that I wouldn't be surprised that she will be at 1,000 subscribers on that account tomorrow. By tomorrow. That's how fast it's growing. Excuse me. And she can do all the live streams she wants. But if I do a live stream, she falsely accused me of copying off of her. No matter what the circumstances, where I might have no choice but to do a live stream. And if I do a YouTube live stream, the perps manipulate the volume or shut the volume off, and I get like almost some certain live stream events that I've done, I got absolutely nothing but perps and no supporters at all. And like flooding with her fake harassing comments, and then force muting hacking and force mute the volume on my live stream videos. And then people get frustrated with me saying that they can't hear. And I'm like, well, I didn't even know that they muted it. Excuse me. So one thing, if my twin sister encouraged a bunch of strangers to meddle in my business and comment on my life, but now she doesn't like the same thing being done to her. She don't like people meddling in her life, and internet strangers, and now she trying to tell them that she don't owe them an answer for shit. And wondering why everybody meddling in her business. But she encouraged her cult followers to do this to me for the past almost 4 years. She encouraged internet strangers to meddle in my business and try to control me. And excuse me, and then people are calling her fat, and then they're talking about her eating so many plates of spaghetti. And then now people are calling her colorist and racist. But if you're a perp with over $5,000 a month in fake military benefits that you lied in order to get, what the hell you need help with rent money for? And how do you not have a car anymore? And why the hell you living with damn crackheads if people are saying that that Kimberly Harper is a fucking crackhead? It seems like my twin sister be hanging with like the wrong people. I completely and totally stay to myself. I ain't got no doggone friends. I don't even have any so-called Christian friends to hang out with or even go to church with. I'm just all by myself. And then the gang stalking program has caused me to feel even more increased social anxiety, more than I already had. Me being traumatized just being in other people's presence or being around other people. Like I freak out when I gotta be around other people. And it's already trauma and torment and torture for me to be forced to have to live in public out on the streets and homeless. I try to be by myself as much and as often as I can. So, if that aggressive defiance TV person is not a gang stalker and not gaslighting, and if he truly is, if he truly doesn't have knowledge about the gang stalking, then I apologize. But the things that he was doing make me, you're doing stuff what perps do. Like, so basically, I wasn't gonna go, but I didn't comment, but I just watched part of his live stream last night. And he was feuding with my twin sister and some other people. And usually, like I said, I would stay away and not even, but he commented on one of my other channels, on a video that I did. And, but it seemed like he misinterpreted a few things that I said and took me the wrong way. So, and it angered me that he falsely accused me of it seemed like even though they got mad at my twin sister, it seemed like they still believed the lies that she planted in their heads about me. Like, she lied to everybody and said that I'm an ungrateful scammer who just begs and complains. But now they're saying that she's an ungrateful scammer. And so, when I said that, he donated me $5, and I said that my bank account is still in the negative, he falsely accused me of being ungrateful. And then one of his fake moderators tried to say both of them are some ungrateful motherfuckers. He falsely took that as me saying that he didn't give me enough money. And I wasn't trying to say that at all. I did say that my bank account is in the negative because it didn't have anything to do with him. But I was saying that, I'm thankful and glad for the $5. Somebody sent me $1 this morning, and you didn't see me coming on here complaining. None of y'all did. So, if somebody give me 45 cents and change on the streets, I don't say, well, they didn't give me enough money. But when I said that my bank account is still in the negative because the Uber taken out, it was Uber's fault. They took out twice. But then that other the second payment, I'm supposed to get that reimbursed tomorrow. And then I will have at least $15 in the bank tomorrow morning. But there's no guarantee for me to have, help with funds for dinner to eat tonight. So basically, when I said my bank account is still in the negative, that wasn't me trying to say, oh, he didn't give me enough money. I wasn't saying that at all. But when I said that, I was just pointing out, well, it's because of what Uber did. So I'm going to get the $30.91 back tomorrow. And that will bring my account back up to a positive at least $15 or something. Or maybe a little more than that. Excuse me. And then I felt angered that he said that I cannot produce any evidence of myself being gang stalked. When I do my gang stalking perp walks, I point out their tactics as they do them. Like a bunch of white cars or a bunch of red cars or a bunch of silver cars, like color harassment, number harassment, incorrect headlights and tail lights, arm hanging out the window, perps fraudulently and illegally driving by filming me, perps trying to run over me with their cars, or they will have like drive a red car and wear a blue shirt or vice versa, or blue shirt, red car. Red shirt, blue car. Excuse me, I don't be paying attention, but You know, I heard certain stories about people in the TI community mention about you know, missing hubcaps or something like that. And also another tactic is that Masonic red hair or sometimes blue hair. I don't get the blue hair that much. Or sometimes people perp using the color blue. Or they will be perping with the red or red and black combination or blue and black combination. They will use number harassment. They will fraudulently and illegally drive with no license plate or no headlights or tail lights at night. Or night or daytime, they will have weaponized headlights. And then, you know, so this aggressive Defiance TV person acted like when he was trying to replay part of my video, he didn't finish doing it, but because he said, I mean, a lot of them said they had to get up and go to work tomorrow morning, which is today now, you know. But it seemed like they laughed and mocked every time I talk about, or they got frustrated and made it like it was cringy for me to talk about the gang stalking or me being tortured with the directed energy weapons or my organs being squeezed and stuff like that. Excuse me. But when I was saying, oh, they're making my nose itch or they're making my face itch, I was talking about whatever gang stalkers that may be around me or the satellites or drones or whatever. But the aggressive Defiance TV guy wrongfully interpreted that I was trying to say that he was torturing me with weapons. And I didn't say that at all. So, but yeah, that pretty much triggered me because the fact that he said that I cannot produce any evidence. Well, he'll get that from my twin sister. Just like with the biological family, even though they decided that they turn against my twin sister and don't like her either, they still have her lies implanted in their heads and hate me and want nothing to do with me, and still have her lies cemented in their brains about me. But at the same time, they have a newfound hatred towards her. And, excuse me, and that's what her cult followers are doing. Like, they still hate me, but they have a newfound hatred towards my twin sister. But people are taking me the wrong way, you know. So a couple of his moderators was, at least 3 of his moderators or commenters in the chat was like mocking and making fun of me. And for them to mock and make fun of me like that y'all definitely some fucking perps. And one thing that I never knew is that my twin sister tried to make it like Dwayne tried to kill her kids. She said that in the middle of the night or last night in the live stream. I'm like, how come I never knew this? Because excuse me, Dwayne permanently left, from what I knew, maybe I could be wrong, but I thought Dwayne permanently left my twin sister before Makitha was even born. But I could be wrong. Because in 2008, he definitely was not in the picture. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. I might be wrong about that. Excuse me. But Dwayne also gives 0 fucks about his own kids. And Dwayne definitely does not even, and he's on some goofy shit. Excuse me. I see. Wow. Why is my phone is This is a bitch. My phone is charging backwards. Like this morning, my phone was at 98%, then it was at 97%. And now it's like at 90%. I need my phone to be fully charged before I leave out of here. Good thing I checked. It's 9:32 right now in the morning. So excuse me. So yeah, like at least my twin sister got kind of like half of a fucking care about the damn kids, but Dwayne has zero care at all. And I'm surprised that the kids survived. I'm surprised that they survived because, you know, Dwayne is supposed to be so mentally off, slow, and retarded. But, you know, they trust him. They're quick to trust him to drive their cars. But nobody said that Dwayne would be mentally, that he would be mentally incapable of being a single father. And that's what everybody's saying, that both parents, like my twin sister and Dwayne, are both like deadbeat parents. And who knows what the damn kids had to go through in foster care, and they probably went through worse than we did. But out of all of us, in the foster care system, out of us Grand Prix siblings, Sean had it the worst. Excuse me. Out of us Grand Prix siblings, Sean had it the worst. And even in adulthood, Sean is still traumatized by what we went through in foster care. And, you know, if we try to talk about it, the biological sister Ramona tried to forcefully order us to shut up about it and stop telling people about it. And then try to muzzle us. And even when the biological mom, Frances, was alive, you know, they would try to make it like as if they are embarrassed by us going around telling people that, oh, we were in foster care and we were abused and traumatized and stuff. And they won't even open their ears to have any empathy, sympathy, or compassion for us to try to tell them what we went through in foster care. But, you know, and it's like they're the most abusive when we were the youngest. And like in earlier childhood, they were more abusive. You know, like, excuse me. So, because Sean was forced to be in and out of group homes, and then he was, you know, forced to live with the foster aunt Mickey. And if Sean wasn't going to the group home, he would come spend the weekend by us. You know, and for the longest, we didn't even realize that was our biological brother. We thought that was our cousin. you know. Excuse me. And I didn't even realize I was I didn't realize that Adrian Felder was our foster mom until we were 5 years old. And the foster sister Joni said it and Joni was just 9 years old, and we were 5. And when I was having my first of the 2 strokes, when we were 5 years, when me and my sister were 5 years old, that's when Joni was talking about that Adrian Felder, that's not our real mom, and that our real mom's name was Frances. And I'm like, that was the first time I ever heard that, Adrian Felder was not our real mom. And we thought that was our birth mom. We mistakenly thought Adrian Felder gave birth to us. We didn't know. Well, I didn't know, And then going back to our biological, and picture this, being in foster care, and I don't even think I put that in my foster care experience ebook that I wrote. But imagine going through all of your childhood, and the foster mom or the fake social workers and everybody. I was very curious to see what the biological, even pictures of what the biological parents look like. Now, when we were in 8th grade, I remember Wyatt showing me pictures of Ramona and Monica and Raymond. And we already know Mark. And they showed pictures of Derek, but the biological parents, I had no knowledge of what they looked like. Well, I think maybe I saw one picture of Arthur, but Wyatt used to laugh and say that Arthur was Mark's complexion, or to me they're not the same skin color, but Wyatt said that Arthur was Mark's skin complexion, but looked just like the man on a Chef Boyardee box. Well, what box? I mean, I thought you mean the can of Chef Boyardee, because I don't remember seeing the box, but I remember seeing the can of Chef Boyardee. But the biological dad, Arthur, is 100% authentic New Orleans, Louisiana. When he was alive, he was authentic New Orleans, Louisiana Creole. But the family will cuss you from A to Z. And they don't address themselves as Creoles. They address themselves as the N-word that I can't say on here. The N-word refer to themselves, the N-word, not the racist term, but the hood term that, blacks call themselves, that it starts with an N, but ends with an A, the hood way, not the racist way, like ending in ER, But they will cuss you from the family members will cuss you from A to Z. If you ever question whether or not, anything about the family being Creole. But hell yeah, we Creole. But when I asked drunk lady Yvonne's husband, Daryl, what he was mixed with or whatever, and I said, I asked him why does he look white or whatever, and he said, I'm a Creole. So he would call himself Creole, but Arthur acted like he didn't play that. Excuse me. But Arthur, the U.S. Census says Negro of his race. The 1940 U.S. Census, and they say he was 8 years old. So Arthur must have been 8 going on 9 when that census was taking place. Excuse me. Because he was born in 1931. and he turned 9 in 1931. I mean, I'm sorry, 1940. He turned 9 years old. And then, so, one time, like, and like when the parents were alive, the biological mom, Frances, would shield and block me, and didn't want me to get anywhere near the biological dad, Arthur. And then they would play all kinds of psychological games and lie and say that Arthur's not your dad because you're not light skinned like him. Excuse me. But they acted like they had a fake license to be color struck or colorist. But as I said, in 2011, I broke away from thinking colorist thinking. I didn't know no better. I was brainwashed. Excuse me. And if Ramona's seen by society as and marking them seen by society as the so-called light-skinned pretty Creoles, yeah, I would say that they're fucking gang stalkers too, and you don't get a free pass from me. Excuse me. You a perp. I fucking hate y'all too. So, like, Arthur sat, like, one day the biological mom, Frances, she probably went off to the store or something like that. And one time, Arthur, I don't know if he was telling the truth or lying to me, but he tried to tell me that he was mixed with just simply French and Native American and nothing at all. I mean, no black at all. And that he wishes that he was black. But certain people say that if you put Arthur next to a Mexican, he looks just like them. Or if you put him next to an Italian, he'll look just like them. Or if you put him next to a Chinese person, he will look just like them. And people will say that Arthur looks foreign, you know. And he fought in the Korean War. And the biological mom, Frances, or whoever, used to tell me that all the Koreans thought that Arthur was Korean. And they say, oh, Arthur's not your daddy because you're not light-skinned. Well, why do people ask me if I look like... people think that I look like I'm mixed with Asian. Or they think I'm Blasian. Or they think that I'm mixed. They think I look like... Before anything, they think that I look like I'm mixed with black and Asian. Or they would think I'm mixed with black and Filipino, black and Hawaiian, or, you know, or something. Well, Hawaiian is not Asian, but sometimes, you know, they might have some Asians that live in Hawaii, or people that's mixed with Asian that live in Hawaii. But, you know, they have had people who have approached me and asked me if I'm mixed with Asian and stuff like that, you know. And especially in 2017, everybody, including Ramona, talking about me having, like, yeah, they were like, oh, yeah, she got them Oriental Chinese, whatever, eyes or whatever. Or she got slanted eyes like an Oriental. They said it off their own mind without me having to ask, you know. But they have certain people who say, well, your eyes look slanted but not Asian. But some people think that my eyes do look Asian. Well, if my eyes look Asian slanted, that comes from the biological dad, Arthur. Or the texture of hair that y'all want to say, quote unquote, good hair. Well, Arthur had completely and totally straight, thin hair. And, like, his sister, Aunt Carolyn, didn't look like a black woman at all. And she even looks like related to the fake foster mom Adrian Felder. Arthur and Aunt Carolyn, they look like related to the foster mom Adrian Felder's family. Arthur and I saw one picture of his mom our grandma Agnes Smith, and our Aunt Carolyn Smith. But Aunt Marie looked like she had some black in her. But we had like an uncle named Anthony Grand Prix. I don't think I ever seen any pictures of him. But the biological sister Ramona, she will block me off from seeing any block me from contacting family members from either parent's side. Like with the biological maternal side of the family, any family members in Bogalusa. But Ramona would drag me, like she used to try to drag me to a stranger's funerals. Well, okay, well, why are you showing me pictures? If you say Arthur's not my daddy, then why are you playing psych games and trying to show me all these pictures of Arthur's side of the family, pictures and videos of Arthur's side of the family, like as if you want to rub it in my face, hoping that you can try to think you're making somebody jealous. And you're too old for that fucking shit. You and your fucking, I don't even know how long. Are you fucking 60 years old or almost 60 fucking years old yet? And you still playing, she would still play those childish fucking games. But yeah, like, as I said, like, we earlier adulthood, it seemed like the only cousins and family members we were allowed to know was Junk Lady Yvonne, her husband Daryl, and their 3 kids, and then some of Daryl Garnett's side of the family. But what about my family on both sides? And they play those games and lie and say you're not Arthur's child because you're not light-skinned like him. But they falsely glorify Yolanda as light-skinned, but Yolanda wasn't freaking light-skinned her damn self. Excuse me. And it's like, who said that I had to be light-skinned in order for Arthur to be my dad? There's no such thing as taking that, looking just like your mama. And then when I get into arguments with Wyatt, Mark, or Ramona, a lot of times, the Arthur thing, be the first thing that they throw on my face. But y'all are the ones that's colorist and color struck and think you're better because you're light skinned. And then when we got into an argument, Ramona was like, in 2015, she was like, you worship my daddy? You worship the light-skinned people with the special kind of hair? And this and that, or whatever. Falsely, you try to say, you worship my daddy? You worship the light-skinned people with the special kind of hair. Well, you flaunting your fucking daddy's family members in my face. And then dragging me to their fucking funerals, and I don't even know those damn people. And Antonia Wilfred and the other sister that looked just like her, that their dad, his name is also Arthur, was a cab driver for United Cab, and he died in a car accident. I didn't know those people, and Ramona Force dragged me to that man's funeral, and his daughters, Ramona smear campaigned me and had those daughters, Antonia Wilfred and her sister, treating me mean and having an attitude for no reason at all. And then Ramona had me go to the funeral and the repast, and we took the bus on the way to the funeral. And it's like, why the hell she break her neck to drag me to stranger's funeral? I don't know. Excuse me. And the biological nephew Raymond, which is Ramona's son, he threw in her face that you break your neck to run to strangers' funerals, and then you go back and run back and brag and laugh about how they looked in the casket. And she acted unfazed. Um, see, she acted unfazed by him saying that. Wow, my phone is at fucking 89%. It's charging backwards. Excuse me. So I might have to need a new phone in a couple of months. But anyway, excuse me. So I mean, and I grew up being forced to be self-hating because, for me to be traumatized and terrorized and, by those perm relaxers in my hair, forced on me by the fake foster family, by the abusive fake foster family, and then being called picky-headed and nappy-headed or pickaninny. That made me wish that I had silky hair or straight hair like the foster sister Shelly and them. I always, back then, I used to wish I had straight hair like the foster sister Shelly or like the foster dad Arthur and all that. But it took me some years to learn to, and I used to wish I was other races back then. And I didn't realize also Hollywood media contributing to manipulating blacks to hate themselves and resort to getting perms and eye contacts and certain cases, people having skin lightening creams or bleaching their skin and all that. But I never dyed my hair. I will never get a relaxer in my hair again for the rest of my life. I just want to stay authentic and naturally the way God made me and the way I was born. And it took me years to come to accepting myself. Because, the people who raised me in a fake foster care system, manipulated for me to hate myself. And even when I was in first grade, I always thought I was an ugly kid. And I never liked the way I look, And so many people had called me ugly, and retarded. Like, even in first grade, people used to call me retarded. So, but anyway, though, I veered off topic. But anyway, so yeah. And dealing with people who think that they're better than you because they're light skinned or because their skin color is lighter than yours. And they get treated better in society and stuff like that, But they have people of any skin color or race that's targeted. But certain people wrongfully believe that only black people are targeted. So, well, I can't be on here a whole lot much longer because I gotta, leave my phone alone and try to let it get to a full charge. So, the libraries is Friday, so they're gonna close at 5. My hip still hurts. Sorry, y'all. So, but yeah, I was saying that the aggressive defiance TV. So like he tried to make like it's like he gossiped about me and said bad things about me, and even called me like LOL cow, and he said lol cow, and so then he tried to make it like last night that he tried to make it like as if he never had any ill towards me, and that he was just doing whatever videos for content. But like, well, so basically, you got like 200, almost. I'm sorry, almost 3,000 subscribers. But so he looks like he's. I'm assuming that he's older than me, but I don't know how old he is. But there are all the things you do is basically, you meddle in other people's business, and you see people suffering, and so you basically do podcasts on other people's suffering, and then saying you're doing it just for content. And you put up your Cash App, you got a place to live in a car, and you have a whole damn podcast studio. What you need Cash App some money for? If I'm legitimately in this targeting program, forced to be homeless, which is their tactics, and which is their goals, to force the target to be homeless. And targeted individual is seen as a slave with, or 3/5 as a human and less rights than everybody else. We get treated worse than damn prisoners. So they, even though they partially woke up about my twin sister, but they still have this false narrative that she planted in their heads to falsely make it like as if I'm pretending to be targeted just for attention and money to scam people. I mean, aside from the negative 15 or something dollars in my bank account now, which means no money. Now I have no cash, no coins, no dollars. No coins or no dollars. Excuse me. And have to be out on the streets and to be tormented and harassed. Oh, and loud music is another tactic to gang stalk, to harass. Noise campaigns, noise harassment. And a lot of the time they do stuff that they know that the target doesn't like. A whole community of strangers just come, they get paid to come and harass an innocent person who's put on this fake terrorist watch list because we stand for the truth. And they feel threatened by, they feel like we are a threat to the New World Order. And and as I said, they want us to join them or die. But, and so like the aggressive defiance person, he put my twin sister, he said, yeah, I'm going to put her as an LOL cow. A lol cow from now on. And so, okay. But he'd been putting me as a lol cow or LOL cow in multiple live streams. And I never did him anything. But he blindly went along with and believed my twin sister's lies. And linking up with my twin sister, that automatically made me think, all right, you a perp too. Excuse me. Oh, an arm hanging out the window, dog's head hanging out the window. Lately, the tactic I've been seeing is the perps having their children sit in the front seat, children under 12, sitting in the front seat with no seatbelt on. And then trying to run over me with their fucking cars. And I'm like, and you're forcing me to be poor. You blacklisted me from employment. Your workplace mobbed me off the damn job. Your community mobbed me out of my apartment, or, and yeah, like, but y'all don't believe this shit, or it's cringy to you until it starts to happen to you. But if people support and help the target, then they become targeted too. But they have certain people that fake support or be fake nice. And if they fake donate and then throw in some perp activity as well. And then when I reject their fake help in addition to perp activity, then I get called what? Ungrateful. Or when I reject certain people trying to narcissistically control me, I get called, falsely accused of being ungrateful for standing up to abusive, narcissistic, fake tyrants trying to micromanage and micro-monitor my life and trying to control me like a total puppet on a string. I don't like people trying to boss and control me or tell me what to do. But then people do and say stuff on purpose just to make me mad. And directed conversation is another tactic. But if you're curious to learn about gang stalking, then, as I said, I have links in the description box, even in this video right here. Click on them and read about them. But y'all are afraid y'all might be targeted, end up targeted as well. And sometimes people might mock and laugh because they're in denial of the truth. And so they will laugh it off and try to say we're crazy. But, yeah. So it's like, it seems like as if this aggressive defiance TV guy, mocks and laughs and gossips about other people's suffering and then make money off of it. And he puts up CashApp too. And people giving him money. He ain't homeless. And then people online were like, in the comment section were like, who donated to her, or who gave her the money to have the hotel or whatever. And it's like, I don't get that much help I don't even get a whole lot of help. But, my twin sister has a place to live. And, now she supposedly don't have a car no more. But, I didn't know that. But, but I mean, her cult followers love her enough that they sending her $2,000 donations. But yeah, I mean, I don't even get 500 from people. And out there on the streets, and my twin sister telling everybody, make her suffer. Telling everybody to make me suffer and telling everybody don't help me, and lie and say Candy wants to live this way. And my twin sister falsely accused me of lying about lying about being forced out of my apartment last year. I know she saw the video about the perp neighbor, the big huge altercation and the videos with the police and everything. And at that meeting, they would not allow me to record the meeting, but they did. They would not allow me to have my phone and record the meeting, because they knew they were saying some shady shit in the meeting. They were threatening to evict me, but then they forced me to leave and told me I had, and then the neighbors wanted to seal the deal by making death threats at me and attempting to kill me. And then that ghetto perp neighbor trying to talk about, because not everybody gonna spare you. And even the next door neighbor who they would strategically wait for me to take a shower or to try to take a like as if they're watching me through my walls in the apartment. And the moment I try to take a detox bath, they ruin my peace and quiet and tranquility by torturing me with weapons and blaring loud music and squeezing my organs. That's why I cannot even shave my private parts or my freaking legs or anything like that. Can't even trim my toenails and stuff, because if I try to bend down and trim my nails, you're squeezing my organs. Hit me with weapons. And no, I'm not crazy. And my twin sister will laugh and mock at me doing videos showing myself in distress, and lie to her cult followers and saying that I'm faking for pity, attention, and money. And now that people are saying that she's faking suffering for attention, pity, and money. Like the tables have been turned on her. But she still got fake cult followers and supporters that say, we're going to be with you, we're going to be here for you no matter what, Brandy. And they're all corrupt. But who sits there and watches someone's twin sister bully and mock them and coerce them to suffer homelessness in this targeting? My twin sister just perped me yesterday with the red velvet cake, copying off of other perps. She links up with the fake Darnell Williams perp and other traffickers, Star Bricker and the fake Stephon Adams perp and other perps. And my twin sister is on a militant mission to, manipulate everybody to hate me based on lies. She will lie, manipulate, twist everything, and switch up her story, and then lie to everybody and say that I'm the narcissist, when it's actually her. Some people can see, and they say that Tiara is the narc victim with Stockholm Syndrome, and that my twin sister is narcissistically abusing her. And somebody said that another person said that my twin sister used to physically abuse and beat on China, and China was 10 years older. But my twin sister, for whatever reason, said that there was no chance that she would never, ever, ever get back with China again, ever. But they will still remain friends. And then my twin sister said in the live stream that her and Tiara forgave each other. But I'm feeling like, okay, Tiara gave you a disease, an supposedly incurable disease, or put you at risk for it. You beat her like you were trying to kill her. beat and raped her on camera. And then you say you forgive her. But the fact that you forgive everybody else except for your twin sister, you're mad at me for lies, making up lies and stuff that I never did, and you falsely accuse me of things I never did, and you want to stay mad at me and want me wrongfully punished forever. That's how I know I come to conclusion and know that you're a gang stalker, because you're willing to forgive and reconcile with everybody except for me. You have zero intentions on trying to reconcile or try to make a truce with your own twin sister. But you can be quick to forgive and work things out with Tierra, but there ain't no working out with me unless everything is one-sided and for you to feel like you have to be in control of everything. And you want everything to be a fucking competition. And you still conform to the world and worldly things. And you always, at every opportunity, just trying to put me down and belittle me and be condescending. And trying to make yourself look, obsessed with making yourself think you look better than me. Or think you are everything better than me. Or superior. And more worthy and more deserving. You can hypocritically eat whatever food you want and flaunt off food, but then have your cult followers and flying monkeys come and attack me and come and attack me and falsely accuse me of being a greedy scammer, and people who don't even freaking know me. But I have, for y'all to say that Candy needs to be banned from all social media, I have a right to come on here and talk about the torture and abuse that y'all, the same ones gang stalking me, are the same ones who say Candy needs to be banned from all social media. Because that puts a stop to y'all being exposed. But why was I considered a LOL cow or LOL cow and your enemy, and I never did you anything? Aggressive defiance. I mean, so whoever is that LOL cow or LOL cow is somebody that's on your hate list, it seems like. Y'all have no idea, and y'all not even taking this seriously, about the suffering that targeted individuals have to go through. One of the goals is to force you to be homeless. Another goal is to set you up to get arrested or go to jail, or to set you up to get institutionalized. And the ultimate goal of the target is death. And they try to back you into a corner and talk about switch sides now. Like, even last night, the fake Darnell Williams perp was like, switch sides now, we already own you. No, you don't fucking own shit. How you gonna own a stranger? And what is your fake, sick-ass obsession with thinking you own me? And then the fake Darnell Williams perp was trying to say something about, I think he was trying to say something about that I can't even read or something like that, or that I can't even write. I forgot what he was trying to insult my intelligence with. But as I said, you can't even spell the word liar. L-I-A-R. You spell it wrong. You spell it L-I-E-R. You have poor grammar, spelling, and punctuation and pronunciation. And and you're pretty illiterate. You're illiterate. The fake Darnell Williams perp is fucking illiterate. I'd be damned if an illiterate retard would delusionally believe they my handler and think they got control over me, and you're younger than me. And he lied to people and said Candy's a Freemason with a car. And when she's rich with a lot of money and all that. And y'all believe whatever lies he spreads, and you believe whatever lie my twin sister spreads. And, you know, all these people that's trying to sex traffic me. So, but anyway, I'm penniless now. I'm broke. And gonna have to suffer and be tormented on the streets tonight. And I don't even know when I walk out of here if it will be actually raining. But I have the information in the description box on ways y'all can help me. I'm an author. I write short stories. And I'm going to get off here. I'm going to see y'all later.